watch. Oh, shit. Hey, man, guess what? Episode 129, we are in the building, man. We are on location. Y'all seen this place before. Y'all seen this guy before. He is officially a part of the roster at this point. This is the great Dave Jeff. Hold on again. How you want the horns? Let me get the horns, man.
Hola, Miguel.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, that was it. That was about a year ago today. That's funny.
There we go.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be, we kicking off the first show of 2023. It just seems only right to have the person who's appeared on the show more than anybody else to be first in the door.
Keep this
you know what I'm saying?
SNL. Who's SNL? You be Keenan Thompson.
Yes.
You be Keenan Thompson.
Yeah, bro.
How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year.
What y'all doing New Year?
I was at the crib with the wife chilling.
The same house playing Uno.
44.
And I was drunk.
Did you win?
Y'all didn't do none of them games that everybody was posting, like Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys and them was posting?
Nah, because it was like my wife and I, and then a couple that we hang out with all the time with the kids and everything, and we literally played Uno all night long. Can I tell you what we consumed, though?
Yes,
Can I
please.
tell you what we consumed?
Please.
Okay. The four of us consumed a fifth and a half of Douce VSOP in cocktails, like Douce's and lemonade, this, that, and the other. Now, if you lost the game, you had to take a shot. So we was taking shots, though, of XO, and went through a fifth of XO.
That's pretty strange.
Yeah, on the shots if you lost. And when it was time to pop the bottle, we popped the bottle of rosé. So I was kind of fried at 1:30, but it's so cool.
He said fried, but
So cool to be fried and upside down.
At
All
the
you gotta
crib.
do is go upstairs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Hey, have a good time. Go upstairs.
That's definitely my preferred New Year's kick. All them years of partying, man. I just
over with.
by the time you get in the car, it's been so much lead up and so much like anticipation that when you get to the crib, you're just like, oh well, guess I gotta go sleep now.
If it was a dress up event.
Right. Yeah, then you got to do all that.
You took your blaze off, your bow tie down on the pants.
Shoes hurting, your feet hurting from your shoes.
Feet hurting. You want to get in the car with your
Sweat
socks
spot.
on and everything.
All that, man.
Dress shirt.
Spend too much money to get two drinks all night.
Right.
Because it's
Damn, they got a
100,000
belly
motherfuckers in
button
there.
shirt on and a dress shirt.
Belly button shit. No, it's definitely a lot more that goes into that. No, we did the same, man. We were me and my older brother Mosi were out in L.A. My little brother Shabi was staying at home with his son. They were just kind of keeping it. That's their tradition every other year. He has the kids, and they just do a home New Year's thing. So yeah, man, some really dope sisters, man. Shout out Lauren and other sisters whose names I'm forgetting at the moment. But there's just four of them. Had a crib, man. Had some food. They were more into the California consumption materials. So we had
Allegedly.
everything was infused. It was like salad dressing infused. It was like we had a tincture for the cocktails.
Moonwalking all night long.
Yeah, man. I was enjoying the mezcal, the Casamigos mezcal, but with the tincture in it.
Tincture.
That's like the extract, the THC extract, where it's like one drop is like 10 milligrams type of jam.
Bougie as hell.
It was off chains, yeah. They had a few different other edible situations going around, so it was
that's right.
He said, fuck us.
it was interesting. You know what though?
He was high.
Right.
Yeah, basically.
I was more, but I was wary that I knew going in that because we were gonna have to leave because we weren't at the crib, I didn't want to be like out of sorts. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a story of me physically being upside down at a party and then waking up and thinking like the party never happened.
To be full McKinday, not Miguel.
Yeah, exactly.
Full McKinday, not Miguel. Right?
So yeah, I was just a little elevated, I guess would be the best.
I mean, you heard it, man. Driving them through the mountains and
that was something.
No
How long was the
service.
drive?
It was supposed to be 30 hours because we wasn't making no stops.
Right. But y'all made
It was
stops.
four of
drove
us.
from here to
To,
Cali?
yeah. And then from Northern Cali to LA.
You're gonna fly, bro.
You need to drop a bomb. He's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm driving with you wherever you go.
I honestly, I do not enjoy that though, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is not fun, man. There's no sleep. There's no way to get comfortable in a car. Even when you finally get comfortable, the car is always kind of shaking, and I mean, it's just it's not all
Don't
good.
have shocks and struts in your car, bro.
And then the sleep, like you saying, the sleep. Like
Man.
I can't I can maybe like close my eye, keep an eye open, but I can't never be comfortable
Yeah,
with
man.
anybody else driving.
Yeah, right. There's that too.
part.
There's
Like
that too.
that.
Yeah, my brother is not my favorite driver when I'm a passenger. My sister's pretty solid. But yeah, it was. So we went straight through. So actually, when we got to
Gave out
the
a C
mountains,
and a B minus to his brother.
it
and
was a
sister for
storm
driving.
coming.
Real quick.
Yeah. When we got to the mountains, a storm came, and so we actually
They can't drive for shit.
we actually went underneath the storm, so it added like about 4 hours to the trip. But yeah, man. And then crazy enough, dude, we get to the crib, man, and found out. I leave that out. That's maybe a little too private for pops. But so yeah, it was a. But then we drove to LA, which is 6 hours from where we were at. We drove to Northern California, then we drove to LA. The
huge
next
state.
like 2 days after that. 6 hours.
You enjoyed your New Year, great.
So my daughter's in school in LA, and
Oh, right. I forgot about
she's
that.
always said that. We just talked about it, like how it would be to drive back or whatever like that. I said, you might not want
Just
to do
playing
that, man.
stops, my G. Just
Right.
do an 8 hour, 10 hour,
Right.
find
10
a
hours
go
a
to
day.
Vegas,
Yep,
get
yep,
some
yep.
food, stay overnight type of thing. Cause I mean,
Or
my
just fly.
pops
Or just fly.
he didn't
Fly.
want to do that shit.
just
I'm
fly.
gonna fly.
Yeah, or just fly.
I'm gonna fly.
Or just fly.
You know, y'all not addressing the elephant in the room.
What's that?
Did y'all see Val Warner?
Hey, shout out to Val.
I mean, I like how you said like she's in the room.
All you, look here.
He said
all
the elephant in the room like she's standing
you
over
New
there.
Year, new me. Go having people. I embrace y'all. Come on, go do it. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all didn't watch, I think it was Channel 7.
Definitely Channel
And
7.
they had on some kind of, I'm not shaming anybody, they had some kind of fluffy suits. They took them off. She had on a stunning red outfit, pants outfit.
I want to call it a
And-
cat suit. It was cattish.
Shout out to Java and
Yeah,
his
right.
beautiful
That's my man.
wife.
He's all
There
good.
you go.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
But
there you go.
Let
Shout out to
her, y'all don't care about none of that shit. Y'all good. Y'all good.
Java and his beautiful wife. So
Let her be y'all motivation for this new year. Get on top of y'all shit. Y'all need to know her age. Just know that she's a little older than y'all and still killing the game.
killed.
You know what I'm saying? But New
They
Year's
killed
Eve didn't do a lot, man. Chill, relax. Chill, relax. When I had a chance, I had some Bel Air Rosé. You know, couple shots.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And I definitely had my shit. Y'all come get me. Some Reposado Patron, allegedly. And then, you know, I enjoyed New Year's Eve. And then we walked into New Year's Day, and it's with a heavy heart, but with a smile on my face now. We lost my grandma, Alice Thompson.
Yeah,
New Year's
condolences,
Day, man, you know what I'm saying?
Condolences, man.
A whole 111 years old, about to be 112.
111.
Life.
Yeah, I'm happy she walked us into the new year.
Life.
Then said, you know, peace out.
Yeah.
So,
You know,
it was all
I'm
good,
not
man.
gonna stay at 23 too long, y'all.
Yeah, man.
It's
That's
insane to see it all.
111.
Both pandemics, you know what I'm saying? Civil rights, anything you can name, it's damn near seen that shit.
Damn, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
March
mean-
17th,
And so,
1911.
and I'm out. So she was still mobile functioning
Until the recent months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the age is Father Time finds the Alice. You know, you did a good job there.
But
Come on.
still, you say recent months, and
Recent
that's
months.
110, and then recent months.
Recent months,
Right.
absolutely.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's a blessing. Blessing,
Yeah.
blessing.
Absolutely, you know what I'm saying. I appreciate the support from you right now. These brothers on to my right, to my real friends, to my associates, to even my Facebook friends and family. Everybody reached out. You know, I ain't too long. I'm a pretty solid guy. If you need something, I got you. I'll help if I can. You know what I'm saying. So to see that shit reciprocated, the love reciprocated back to me, man, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah,
you know.
man. Hey, that's that right there. I mean, just life. Like I've lost my grandmother, my mom, and things like that. So I understand that. And just recently lost my grandmother, whatever. But I'm saying my grandmother was 90 years old.
That's a long-
and so
that's a
I'm
long
just
time.
thinking to 111.
111 is crazy, man.
111. Like I'm thinking like what I'm gonna do for my birthday in a couple of days.
Yeah, exactly. Right,
And I'm
right.
just thinking at 111, what am I doing at 111 for your birthday? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Man.
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 Hey, dog,
That's
it's
right,
all
where
good
days
though,
come
man.
Yes, sir. 112. Where the players do it.
That's right.
What you got going on for your
That's the
birthday,
way.
bro?
Yeah, that's
What you got going on for your
show.
birthday?
You know, maybe some douche. You know what I'm saying?
Well, fuck it, this is the birthday episode. Let's turn it all the way up then.
Yeah, yeah.
Good, big, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They
gonna be
definitely
a
cutting
popping
you a
day.
check,
That's the
huh?
same day as the live show.
It is.
Yeah.
Are you coming, sir? You're on the list. You know, you just walk in.
We got the live show at Promontory with Tequila Tales on was it Thursday? Thursday,
Thursday,
January
12th.
12th.
Yeah.
12th. Yep,
At
112.
what time?
7.
Doors at 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably come through there
Do a
and
little
just
something.
continue myself.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely going down. Tickets are on sale now.
Right.
Entourage, boom. We said we out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it, bro.
Exactly.
Y'all go get some tickets.
Do a quick bottle
Y'all go
pop.
get them tickets. We're selling fast. Are we doing pretty good on the
Doing
tickets?
pretty good, man. Yeah, yeah. I haven't checked them this morning, but we're up over the first hump. Now
Yeah.
it's on to the next.
Which is what? What's the first
well,
one?
that
I've been out of
expenses
tune.
are-
Y'all know I've been out of tune,
Yeah.
though.
Oh yeah,
you
just
good.
the expenses have been covered.
Okay. All right.
And now we're into the trajectories of profits.
All right, let's get it
So
there.
make sure you go to miguel.com.
He's sitting his ass around in his truck, selling them out the side of out the
Miguel.org.
trunk.
All right, man. Let's get into the
Let's
shits
get
real
to
quick,
it.
man. It's no secret. NFL. Damar Hamlin
Yes.
passed out on the field.
Yes.
Pretty routine hit.
Yes. Collapsed on me.
Collapse.
Right.
It's
That
pretty
was
ugly.
wild
It's
to
pretty ugly
watch,
scene.
man. Yeah.
And I think the conversation that we aren't having, definitely prayers up, but I think the conversation that we're not having is this is his second year. Okay, he only makes $800 grand, and you have to be in the league 3 years to even get
Those benefits.
your
and all
benefits.
that. I didn't know that.
So
Yeah.
if this man is not able to play again, he's dead in the water as far as money's concerned.
That was a very bad time.
It is. But I'm just saying, he can't.
Edit.
The NFL won't cut him another check,
Yeah.
and it's sad.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, and that's
'Cause it's a
that's-
business.
Yeah, he can't get Social Security from the NFL, no insurance, nothing. So whatever he has at this present day, if he's not able to play again, this is what he's stuck with.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You don't see a lot of sports leagues, and when their retirees are in such bad shape as the NFL, like these guys be looking bad at
Oh,
the
you mean
time.
the guys that after their careers
yeah,
over?
they look bad, man. It's
Yeah,
like, damn,
physically.
it's a brutal sport, you
Yeah.
know, and how
I mean, y'all, they getting beat up.
Yeah.
Like,
and they be
Yeah.
fighting
And
to
to
get
have
their
a good
benefits and
career.
stuff for a long time afterwards, man. So, man, along those lines, bro, it's like you just got to be as safe as possible. They will never make a helmet or pads safe enough for that fucking sport. That's
Yeah.
like saying they will never make a boxing glove safe enough
Yeah.
to take away the risk of you actually dying or something traumatic happening in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
I was looking at the joint, like and watching them show it, and I'm like, damn, the hit didn't look that hard.
Right.
Whatever.
Placement.
Just I guess what was the placement.
Was it
after
right on the
they-
sternum, right
on the
after they
sternum.
literally like broke it down. Like I guess it hit him in the chest, and the
Mm-hmm.
chest is really a conductor of. Your heart is really a conductor of electricity. This
Mm-hmm.
is that, and it's a thing.
Right.
And it skipped the beat because he stood right up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
I was just like, wow, this is crazy. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
no, we were watching that at the bar, man, and it was one of the things where when you watching the game at the bar and then like your team, it's kind of on in the background.
Right,
You know what I'm
background
saying?
noise.
Like you
It's
chopping it up.
It's ambiance sports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so we had honestly hadn't been looking at the screen probably for the whole first part of that game really been going on. Every now and then check the score,
Right.
see a play or whatever.
'Cause y'all play
But
fantasy?
just so happened right at that time, conversation just kind of came to a natural drop, and then everybody looked up at the screen, and when we saw him, one or two people didn't even see him fall, and I'm like, "Wait, did y'all just see what just happened? Like, buddy just fell." And then when we look up 2 minutes later, and they out there, it's like, "Oh, this is bad, bro." I didn't see them resuscitating him because they had so many people around.
Yeah,
him.
see, I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
But when they started writing it on because the sound wasn't playing on the game. When they started writing it on the little text in the bottom, I'm like, oh, they had to resuscitate.
So
this
what-
dude?
Not right, CPR and all
Yeah,
that.
man.
That's real
That's
life.
like
That's
he
medical
died,
shit.
bro.
That's the medical shit.
Yeah.
What's the real conversation behind this then?
I mean, I do think what Amon said is the real conversation.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's a problem, and I also
That's part one to it,
that's
in my
part
opinion.
one,
Go ahead, though.
right? But I think Skip Bayless with his what you call him, Skip Brainless, right?
Skip brainless.
He tweeted, well, what about the game? And can they, what did he say?
No, what he
can they-
said
See,
was-
right. I have 2 cents on that.
What he
So go ahead.
Still
what
not
he said
appropriate
was
at that time, though.
Right. What he said was, I don't understand how the NFL can postpone this game because of how important
It
this
is in the
game
standings
is
and the playoffs.
for the standings
Facts,
and the playoffs
bro.
and all that. That's what he said, basically, right?
And then he also said, but that's irrelevant in that first part of that tweet.
Right.
No. So that's what I was about to say. Like, so we could talk about this. I don't know to jump to it, but the how the media can take this one little
Big
thing
little
and then
pieces
go
off.
or whatever.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
so yes, in context, if you first just saw the Skip Bayless thing and that was the very first thing and that was the only thing he tweeted, wow to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the other tweets before then, or
Yeah.
the tweet before then, he was talking, man, prayers. I want to say he went as deep as that to say, man,
Yeah.
prayers out, this, that, and the other. But for us to only lock in on
that one piece.
Sometimes-
and I'm like, damn.
Sometimes shut the fuck up. Sometimes shut the fuck up.
Sometimes.
For real shit, because if you don't have a reputation for disrespecting not
That's-
every
that's
athlete,
what it's
but
about.
black male athletes, you called that man Chris Bosh Spice. Bro, that's feminizing this man. LeChoke
Yeah.
James. Jalen Rose being in the trap house, getting arrested in the trap house. You go
Westbrook.
in on black athletes, but you refuse to hold certain athletes accountable. We all know the athletes you love not to hold accountable.
Right. So he didn't have
credibility.
He didn't have no guard on that one.
Right.
He had it coming. So just like we was talking like off thing with the Javante Davis thing. Whatever.
Right.
Like that right there, like they murdered him in the media before anything came out.
So I still don't know what happened in there. What like I missed that one.
The first thing I saw was Javante Davis arrested for domestic violence.
Okay.
Be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's bad. Don't never hit your
He's
your
a
lady.
boxer. People just almost
Championship
assume that's
boxer.
happening.
And he boxes.
But I'm just saying, people
He boxes
assume
this weekend,
Right.
people like assume if he's a boxer, he probably hit his girl.
Right. Like he wild. You know, he's from the
Aggression
hood.
issues,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Whatever. You know that whole thing. Gee, it comes out that the whole argument was over something with the car, and he was like, "No, you're not taking my car." She done went around and did all this dumb shit in the car.
Tore the crib up. Spit in his face.
Put feces on his
Disgusting.
his toothbrush.
And said that she felt the daughter was in danger. The little baby girl was in danger.
But she
Called the
initially called the
police.
police. So yes, they came and got him. Police
Of
know
course.
what they doing.
Right.
And Javante like, boom, like what the fuck? And so
Like, she tore my whole life up and I'm just sitting here.
real quick, man. And you would think if it go that deep, if you're a conspiracy theorist, Miguel, you know what I'm saying, that they did all of this to
Throw him off for the
kind
fight,
of throw
you
him
know.
off for the fight
sure.
and stuff
Take
like
the
that.
fall.
But I'm just like, wow.
The crazier part is this as well, because accountability is a real
That.
thing that needs to be used a lot more in 2023. Please, let's bring accountability into 2023. The next day she came out and said, I lied. You think something's
Right.
going to happen to her?
She came out and said I lied.
And then that's it. That's
After all that. Then
That's
that was
the
it.
end of
Over
the
with.
consequences behind that whole thing.
That was it.
Yeah, that's
That should be
that's
illegal.
wild.
Like you should be locked up for that bullshit.
I do feel like there was something, there was some legislation, I can't remember what state, but some state was actually saying, it might have even been Georgia, was saying that they are trying to move up the level of consequences, particularly for people who lie about rape, was what they were talking about.
As they should.
But yeah, because this idea that what it does, you never really escape that, even if it gets found untrue.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Public
There's a
opinion is
guy.
strong.
There's a guy that
Public opinion is very
that
strong.
I know from the hood who was well respected. You know what I'm saying? Had a very respectable role within the community. Everybody kind of knew him. And a young lady said that there was some inappropriate situation with him, and you know, again, it was found to be
Front door.
It was found. There was no evidence
The
found.
amazing Ty Hill's in the building.
Basically
Super
got
producer.
thrown out, and but the like you said, the public opinion, people in the hood still, you know, murmur when he walks around. It's
That
like,
never
oh,
leaves
that's
you.
that's the guy. You know, and people still hesitate to trust him in situations, you know, where younger people are around because of that. So it's,
And that's more like man, like to it, like real life or whatever.
yeah.
The social media aspect of it is just so crazy.
Oh, yeah.
To the
Yeah, it goes
like,
way
and,
crazy.
And like beat me down, whoever. I'm not trying to argue with nobody, whatever. But a lot of those clips on Kanye are taken out of context.
Oh, yeah.
Has he misspoke on a whole bunch of things?
Yeah,
Just
for
so
sure,
we're
for
clear, on a whole bunch of levels. But I'm saying it took that first image of whatever that post was, and then you had to find out, what he said leading up to that.
Exactly.
Or whatever. But
you
he was-
have to do more research to find out what was said than what you see in front of you.
I'm sure we could do a whole show on,
Oh, yeah.
on the instances
Back to the
of-
football really quick, though.
Yeah.
My second part of the question, I know we came with another part two already, but so part three, in my opinion, would be football is and I'm not trying to sound callous about this, it's a intellectual on-risk sport.
Yeah.
As well as boxing is, what UFC is, you know what I'm saying? So how we can still feel sad and feel remorse for things that happen to players during the course of the game or post their NFL career, but at what point do we say, hey man, you know, it's kind of life you chose. It's not like the streets. The streets you can expect. If you live in that street life, there's a very good chance that something tragic may happen to you. That's what they tell us growing up, you know, even though people make it out.
like
But with football players, you're like, hey, when do you step back and say, hey,
I mean,
you know, signed up for it.
people have become paraplegics
Facts.
in football. People have, you know, I don't know if it's someone that actually lost their life, but it was another guy.
All the time. College players collapse all the time.
No,
no bullshit.
it was the Jaguars, a lineman, a veteran, 13-year vet.
years ago. Yeah.
He
Oh,
just,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Same shit happened to him.
Yeah.
Football is crazy, but I don't think it's about him actually getting hurt on the field, right? I really think it's about the money play in the NFL. Like, no, we want to play. And it was a good thing that all the players,
Said no.
even on the opposing team, like, no, we're not playing this game. Right?
Yeah.
So what is it?
It's a money play, right?
No, I'm saying that. So what is it to counter that? Is it a union? So I mean,
They got one. They got a union. I
Okay.
think the bottom line is there's got like, I don't know.
It makes so much money.
There's something right. There's
Makes so
something.
much sense.
That's what you okay.
There's
that's what it
something that I don't know. It's tough because, as you said, right? If you ever seen, there's a clip of Jerome Bettis 7-8 years after he retired, and it takes this man 45 minutes to get out of bed, right?
Yeah.
And so he showed,
was a bruiser,
yeah,
too.
like legit because his knees, because of all of that. I mean, they called him the bus, right? All he did was
Boom,
smash
boom,
into
boom,
people.
boom, boom, right.
I'm glad you
So,
cleaned that up. Okay.
but they ask him in this clip though. They do say, "Man, was it all worth it?" And so Jerome says, "Well, I'm a Hall of Famer, right?" And so there is the conversation where it's like to your point, it's like you're making this choice to go into this space. So, and there is a high reward value if you are successful. And let's say success is 3 years. You don't have to be a
Lots of
Hall of
roster
Famer.
spots, you can make
Let's
it.
just say you work hard to do that, right? So yeah, higher reward value usually comes with higher risk. You gave the analogy of the streets. Why do people sell drugs? Fast, quick money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a
but
mindset.
comes with a risk.
As
right?
a parent, do y'all sign y'all kids up for football now?
Well,
y'all start over parenthood right now. Do
Well,
y'all
that's a
sign
great
your kids
question.
up
But
for football?
hold on. But here's the other part is it's this. I think the NFL is at a space where their PR is their entire value. The way the NFL is perceived is what gauges how much money they can make, what these TV deals that they get. Like they're
Commercial ads
if you, I don't know if
and stuff,
anybody's
right.
really paying
Sponsorship.
attention. They are doing games in other countries now because they are trying to gain more international fans,
Let's go
so
talk
that
to
they're
Jay-Z.
not
Yeah.
simply
It's a
reliant
business. It's a
on the
business.
American
It's a
fans.
Let's go talk to Sean Carter.
Well,
But also the
We're
American
expanding.
fans' public opinion is the only thing that matters right now. If Mexico City and London and South Africa, if there's an international market, you can dilute some of that you get. So yeah, the reason I think more than anything they decided not to run that game is because of how critical condition this brother was in. If you decide to play that game and he dies during the course of that game, the NFL's market value is going to look really bleak.
Because best believe there were parents that have their kids in the contact sport or whatever, then yanked that
Already.
shit, then pulled that shit.
Already. And yeah, I think
Then
it is
pulled
something.
it.
I mean, if you look at the Pro Bowl, they're not even going to play that
contact.
game anymore.
Yeah, it's over with.
Now it's just a skills contest. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? It's because players, that's all your highest value players.
Nobody's watching that
hitting
shit.
each other. Nobody wants you to see them get injured. No NFL team is willing to risk their star quarterback, their star running back, their star
wide
defensive back,
receiver, yada,
all
yada,
in one
yada.
game.
Star
and ain't
water
no
boy,
trophy.
towel boy.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no damn trophy. You know
Yale
what I'm
leader.
saying? You put towel boy.
See them get hurt. Throw a shoulder throwing the towel.
Let's get back to Chicago real quick.
For sure.
The young boy Jamal Green, he just released his $5 billion safety plan. Did y'all even see this shit?
I didn't read through it, but I saw the headline.
It's pretty crazy.
He's running for mayor. He's running for Chicago.
Brother
mayor.
Jamal Green, I believe he's the youngest.
Yeah, I think so.
And
On the,
so
on the
that-
down.
Maybe the shortest too.
And so this plan is $5 billion, and the $5 billion will keep Chicago safe.
Supposedly,
Gotcha.
right? He said he proposes taxpayers give $1,000 a month to 10,000 poor people, pay for a year-round apprenticeship for another 10,000 people ages 13 to 25, capitalize on a new bank. What else is he doing? He's called an EPIC, which is Economic Prosperity Prevention Intervention.
Gotcha.
And CPD reform. I don't know what that looks like.
Here's the problem though, bro.
You're taxing me more. At the end of
Throwing
the day.
money at something has never fixed anything but a bitter ex in a
kinda
relationship.
true. Yeah.
Or somebody getting out of marriage. It's never fixed anything but that, bro. For real. Let's keep it a buck, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you throwing money at the police, you throwing money at poor people. You see what happened? You threw people had PPP money during the pandemic. What the fuck did that fix? When you would have expected people to go pay your goddamn car note off, your student loan, in case Biden couldn't get that shit fixed, buy a property. Get caught up. They didn't do that shit, bro. Just like here.
But I think that if you have to be like, okay, that's where his heart is. I think that's where his heart is.
I ain't mad at that at all, though.
No. I think that's where his heart is to accomplish things like that.
Right.
So I think like it's deeper. It's definitely probably deeper meanings or a deeper understanding to why we should
How to
give
get these
this
problems
$1,000 to the
Right.
parents and this, that, and the other. And to your point of like PPP thing or whatever, yeah, that's just
That was a bad example,
That was
but it was a
just
small example.
But I'm just saying. But
Yeah.
that's just a check showing up to the crib.
Right.
That's just your money going into your bank account, hoping that you do what you do well or whatever. So I would just say to this, I'm hoping.
Not be done.
He got to win first.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
we got to
facts.
win first. But I'm hoping and I'm assuming strongly that he put this together with that great intention in mind.
Right.
That yes, these are the good things for the people, and they will be monitored to build and not just throw the money at the people, because the financial. The kids being in a better financial space or neighborhoods
Can
or
reduce
schools
crime,
and all that
yeah.
other stuff like this is going to cause them to think different, which
Facts.
is not going to have them out here with a mentality of get rich or die trying. And that's
Facts.
really
Well, you
what's
don't
going on.
feel the same level of pressure to risk your life.
Exactamundo.
I was gonna finish up by saying this though. I don't mind explaining at all, but it needs to be like on a Voltron type format. It needs to be paired with something else and something else and something else.
Something
Chicago has had too many issues over time to turn around.
systematic
Yeah,
improvement.
and one campaign, and one big idea is not going to fix Chicago, from
Right.
the schools to the education
Right.
to the taxes.
Right.
Because this goes back to goddamn Daily sold the goddamn meters, bro. You know how lucrative that shit
Yeah,
is?
we
That
was
hurt.
joking. We was joking because the meter lady was walking up and down the block, and he was like, I got to figure out who they work for because they don't work for the police
They
no
don't
more.
work for the
No, who paying you motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. Jamal, keep on going. I tell you what, who I don't want. Paul Vash, you fucked up CPS. You can get off the ballot. I don't know who this guy Brandon is, but maybe he's a nice guy. Brandon, be better. Let me get your commercial on my goddamn TV. Do some real work.
Brandon got some good bread.
We
That commercial
gonna
be
see.
running. That commercial be
It do be
running.
running though. Willie, I like you. You funny. You show that you can't be bought until you can be bought. Probably when you get up there. Lori, you had your time. I'm not really mad at you for playing the same game that the big boys play when they're in office. You just didn't play well with others. In the political city, you weren't political enough with them. You know what I'm saying? I can keep going too
so
though.
we give our 2 cents. We giving our 2 cents on merit. I just think, just point blank, we need to understand the importance of voting.
Facts.
Go and vote. Go and vote.
Especially the younger
Do your
crowd.
homework on everybody that we just talked
Yeah,
about.
young
Jamal, all of them,
Chewy's
whatever.
out
like
there,
that.
pause.
He can go on somewhere too, bro.
Yeah, Chewy out there.
Chewy out there too.
I never
But I'm
vote,
saying,
buddy.
but go vote for somebody, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna have Swain. Swain said he's gonna come on and do like a mayor special before the election to kind of he seemed real excited about.
I heard
it.
something interesting. What's my man from Maconomics? From
Oh,
Chicago
Ross
Credit?
Mack.
Ross Mack, right? He was on Earn Your Leisure, and he said, man, this is how you cure violence in Chicago.
Health insurance.
He said,
Is he from Chicago?
He's from the crib.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, all these kids that's getting killed, right? They don't have health insurance. They don't have an insurance policy. He was like, if you got 10 murders a day and $1 million policy, that's $10 million that the insurance companies have to kick out. So what they will then do is say, hey, look, we spend too much money, right? We got to do something so we don't keep spending this money.
Yeah, insurance companies would.
It was a decent thought. I don't know.
I
No,
fear
no.
The ass will be
but
incarceration though,
The
bro.
next level,
Right,
that's
well,
the problem.
the
Like,
second
look,
level
in
was
theory,
yeah.
that's probably
Well, but
that's-
no, but it does hit at this part. The main level of that argument, it was a sister that said that some years ago, or about 2 years ago, is that insurance companies would then lobby Congress to pass stricter gun laws, to pass. So it's really about the fact that the
forcing
insurance
the hand.
company,
They've been lobbying for
right?
years.
The insurance companies are exactly like they would be using their leverage and their
I see
power
what you're
and their
saying.
dollars to change laws so that these things
and
would,
that's major.
would
And
be
it can't
different.
happen on a major government wide type thing. Like go overseas, right?
Exactly.
Italy.
You don't have these problems in Japan.
Italy has no, and I even take it to healthcare. But what my point is that the
Universal.
government doing something right. This is why they banned all the bullshit, because they have free healthcare.
Right.
Because they don't want you to eat the bullshit because they got to pay for it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The
So
hospitals end up
we've stumbled on something.
Also, man, we got to get rest in peace to Fred White. Fred
Yeah,
White is the
man.
drummer of Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Wind, and
and he's
Fire.
from the
Arguably,
crib.
arguably
You know
one of the
what I'm
greatest bands ever.
Yeah.
Depending on who you talk to.
I might.
Depending on who you
yeah.
talk to.
Yeah, I think it's EWF.
Top
He broke
five?
it down. You talking about little EWF?
Yeah.
Top five?
I had to think about it real quick.
I'm gonna go
Who the fuck is EWF?
them. Oh, everyone, my fault. EWF, OJ's, I'm not really an Ozzy's fan, but people
OGs.
love them for some reason.
Maze, I like Maze.
Beverly Mays,
Yeah, Frankie Beverly.
Of the older
Mays,
bands, bro.
definitely put them up
My
there.
favorite is the Gap Band. Their name is just the Gap Band. They're not really a band, really. You know what I'm saying? But I think Earth, Wind & Fire and the OJs probably have my top 2 spots.
What's the most sampled? They might be the most sampled.
James
group.
Brown's the most sampled person in history.
I said group.
I don't know.
See, that's the thing.
Do you
James
know
Brown's
that?
band
Do you
was.
know that?
I'm going on a limb. I'm not for sure.
Man.
Yeah, James Brown's band
His
was cold.
band, man. I ain't,
Who, James Brown?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was cold. It was
Maceo, Maceo Park and them. They was
It was
cold,
cold, bro. You sound like when you get upset, too.
Yeah, man. I didn't know he was from the crib though, but that was kind of dope.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
From
Oh,
the
shit.
crib. That's why
Earth, Wind, and Fire is from Chicago.
Earth, Wind & Vice Lord, huh?
A couple of the Ohio players from here too.
I did know that, though, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
with a name like Ohio players.
You would think, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but they
All
from
right.
here.
Ohio Street.
Yeah.
It's a stretch.
Central Ohio.
It's a stretch. But Jeff, let's talk about what's going on, man. I heard you got a.
Who is Jeff?
I'm sorry, Miguel.
I know, Pop.
I can't call you Jeff. If I'm Miguel, you Jeff.
Hey, Phillips.
Okay. My bad.
If I'm Miguel,
Tell you
you're
what,
Jeff.
Hey,
fair.
Thompson.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Right. Would you,
But I feel-
would you
I
prefer
like-
DJ?
No,
No, that's trash.
DJ.
Yeah, DJ.
Pop, man.
Pop.
All right, Pop. All right, Pop, bro. Shit. All right.
And I'm saying, Miguel, that's our thing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. All right, for sure. I
I
apologize.
feel like when people call me Jeff, they really don't know me.
I feel you. I apologize.
We had a
Like,
conversation with
hey,
Mike Wells,
Jeff,
though, yeah.
Hey, Jeff, I'll be like,
Catch me later, man.
right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry, David.
No. Oh, damn, he hit me with the David. Yes. He went David on biblical.
Let's look at it.
Yes,
Hold on.
sir.
Look at everybody's feet, man.
Okay.
One of these kids is doing their own thing. Look, I ain't gonna say no names, bro. You know what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying?
hit the Ferris button. Chicago, baby. Put on some Jordans.
Everybody came ready, man.
Right.
Everybody came ready,
It's
bro.
what I do. I apologize.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, we're here today. You have a new release. Is that correct?
I have a new
Creation.
release, man. I'm gonna give you the story.
Get a drum roll or something when you're ready. When you're ready,
yeah.
you get a drum roll though. When you're ready.
Look, since I've been with Puma, I mean, y'all know I'm a sneaker dude, so y'all know I've had other shoes. You know what I'm saying? Blessed. You know what I'm saying? I've had 2 Nikes, well, 2.5. Like one Nike I was doing this Air Force One that was done but was stolen through whatever, so it never came to market at whatever.
Right.
K-Swiss. So I was the first person that allowed to touch the K-Swiss Classic. Like people have collaborated with them like recently or whatever, like a case with the classic LX or something like this. But I'm talking about like the actual,
official all-white five-striper.
the old one right there, their flagship silhouette.
Right.
And then so I'm gonna sample some stuff with Fila that never came to fruition. Just on some other things, whatever like this. Worked with Adidas basketball and some design stuff. So I've been with my Puma family going on 5 years, you know what I'm saying?
Salute.
The thing. Thank you. And it's always been talked about, but when I connected with them, they connected with me more on, because of influence, creativity, being able
you
to
Dave
activate.
Jeff,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. See Miguel.
That's how you do that. Huh?
Right. So that's how we connected in it. And so, like I said, it was just always talked about. But when you're dealing with collaborations of shoes on major levels like that, it's a lot of marketing things into it. The salespeople sometimes got to get into it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that have to be checked off. So in it, it just never happened because it wasn't just the right time to happen to get it signed off, this, that, and the other. So, okay, boom, going back into, just re-up my contract again. Look, thank y'all.
Shout out.
Just re-upped and everything. So just back to talking, and certain people have moved a little more, whatever like this. Your boy's been batting 1,000, you know what I'm saying? Stocks is what it is.
Right.
And the Dave Jeff brand, the Fly brand, seen the movement. We've been all good. The relationship has been great. So it happens that the 20-year of Fly was this summer. With
This coming up summer.
no,
2023.
just past summer.
2022.
Oh, right.
Was the summer? We did at the fest last year, the 20 years out the trunk.
Oh, that's
where it
right.
started,
Yeah, I
that
remember
whole
now,
thing
yeah.
or whatever. And then so with that, we're talking about man. That would probably be great energy to do a shoe, to commemorate that whole piece or whatever. So just so you know, it's not as simple as
I was gonna say
drawing up a shoe, doing a shoe, going to production, and then coming back to you, whatever. That's a whole process that's probably 6-7 months or whatever, stuff like this. In that whole piece. And so to get it done, what we were doing is their premier silhouette at the time was a Slipstream. Slipstream is like, I'll show you, it's kind of Air Force One-ish, you know what I'm saying? Kind of going that same thing, that same vein of it or whatever. And so we took that silhouette and just got with another designer, my man Alexander John, who is like premier customizer. Like Alexander John's shoes, you would never know they were customized unless you knew that you've seen it before and after. He's responsible for the other collaboration, the mixtape, RSX. I don't know if y'all seen it.
I've seen PUMA RSX.
Yeah. A-side, B-side with him and Emery, whatever, their concept together in it. But that shoe did so well that it's rumored to come out next year for a general release or whatever.
Nice. Oh, for actually on shelves.
Right? Yeah, on shelves, because that whole piece was so the energy was right. It's hip hop. It makes sense because mixtape is a 50-year hip hop
coming up
or whatever like this. So, like I say, rumor, allegedly. You didn't hear it here because I can't remember as the embargo to even talk about it. But I can't remember. So allegedly, that's happening. But yeah, so that's what it was. So I'm just saying that to say how serious Alexander John is. He's done stuff with Hunter, other major brands, whatever. Yeah. He's done many of PUMA collabs himself that have started out as the basics, but his customized, when he does stuff to the soul, like tears it all, you know what I'm saying? And in that piece that PUMA has even sold online. Just like boom, like
because releases aren't necessarily for sale. When you do a collab release, it's not necessarily
it's every instance is different. So I bring up my man, I bring up Zoe, I bring up his family, and the whole thing. Like Zoe was signed with PUMA in a whole different deal, kind of type of deal than I was.
Gotcha.
Like his whole thing from the jump was to put this package together to design this thing, and then this one did well, that one did well, whatever. I think Zoe probably has 12 shoes that he's done with and apparel or whatever like this. So that's how he came in the door.
It was to be on the design side.
And then it's been some stuff like when he did the J Boogie PUMA Sky LX, like it's peanut butter, has the fashion colors in it or whatever like this.
Yeah,
they were able to do like a small run, and this was during All-Star Game or whatever and all that stuff like this. So it just goes back to the A through Z of how things work. So that went from marketing. Marketing was able to do this and like get that done, stand on the whatever.
For that particular
thing. So back to my Slipstream. So when we connected, got it signed off of, got to get it signed off. Shout out to AG, Seamus, Clyde, my people. Got to get it signed off and everything. And then boom, me and Alexander John just kind of went to work. I guess they talked behind the scenes on what he got paid or whatever. I don't have no hands up emoji on that one. You know what I'm saying? But he handled that business and boom, and we got to designing and how I wanted it to be. That was totally Chicago and, that piece. And then here we have it.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
So particularly this box. This isn't even in the box that it came, but this is like my pair specifically.
Gotcha.
But you see the PUMA, the brand identifier with the angel, with PUMA, with everything.
Got the caution tape in there.
He dropped this off my pair and Clark Kent's pair when we did the.
Oh, when y'all did the thing at Dorian's.
Conversation.
He
flew in. Because all the shoes weren't done yet, but I'm like, yo, this is perfect opportunity, boom, whatever. He got good miles, Alexander John, because he came and went. He literally dropped the shoes off and got out of here to get back on the thing. So here we have it.
Wait a minute.
Boom. You know what I'm saying?
I wish we had a zoom in.
I'm gonna zoom in.
We got the team zoom in.
On that.
Yeah, so this, you see the yellowing of it just to kind of commemorate that it's vintage. It's 20 years.
Got it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And how you do with the shoes. The black stars are like the stars, based off the Chicago flag. And that, you see the shoelaces say friends and family. You know how everything that we do, everything, is PH. I think one of the shoes got my name on it. What was what?
What went behind the color scheme?
The low top Jordan 2.
Okay.
Low top Jordan 2. Like this is a Chicago shoe. This is outside,
that motherfucker is fly.
Of the 6 point stars. You know,
Outside of the 6
y'all
months.
well.
It's fine.
Absolutely.
Outside of that, but this is Chicago.
But y'all can still buy the shoe though.
Yeah,
trust
all
me.
day long. And
Y'all
then
still-
I'm good on every street. You know, whatever. Shout out to my people.
Friends and family.
Friends.
It's small, goddammit.
This is a size 11. Your foot that big? Pause. Right.
You got the insert.
Nice. Sock liner, you know what I'm saying? Once again, with the angel on it, the fly logo, the PUMA
These
thing.
interchangeable?
Yeah, you can put these
Like-
in. It's definitely soft. So the thing is, guys, is that of this shoe, it was only 20 pair done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was
yeah.
only 20 pair done to commemorate the 20 years of Fly. Now, I just want y'all to know, my phone blew up.
Oh, I already know.
I bet.
I asked yesterday.
I had 5 iPhone 14s in the last, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
couple weeks. My wife, too, has a new phone. Even my daughter, they've been hitting up my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
To get or whatever. So,
Stop being super thirsty, y'all.
and you got the
Go
Fly.
tell Puma to
Strange.
release the
Thank
shoe.
you. So I'm just telling you how it is. So my inside people basically was just like, probably put a presentation together, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Ask somebody, Big Homie or somebody, you know what I'm saying, like that to, put a thumb on it or whatever, and we probably definitely can get that done. And so if y'all seen my PSA on it, so the interaction of this shoe online has been like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then I did a PSA saying that, like, yo, the street is,
It's buzzing,
it's
right.
buzzing.
They want it.
Let's do this or whatever like this. And when I say like, let's take it to a general release, I'm still talking like 500 pair maybe. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? 'Cause
yeah,
that's just
exactly.
whatever, because you still want the exclusivity of the whole thing.
Right.
You get
For
it,
sure,
but
yeah.
more pairs than just for my friends and family. Like
Yeah.
I got
You got a lot of
four
friends.
kids.
You got a lot of
I got 4 kids.
You got a lot of friends, man.
My niece and
That's-
nephews.
that's 25% of the merch right there.
My niece and nephews, I had to get 2 pair of pedal stand
Exactly.
myself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? My wife got big feet. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Chicago. In that, but yeah, so it's been a great push, man, and I wanted to come on here, one, to showcase the shoe, and just to be able to use the platform to say thank y'all to y'all listeners,
salute, man.
to
For
sure.
my
No,
people,
appreciate that.
to
Appreciate
Chicago,
that.
whatever, because the response, the support of it has been like just crazy. If y'all look through the comments, like people getting rough, like Puma, you motherfucker. No, you can't. That's not how we do that. We don't come at them like that.
Don't bring them all to Chicago.
Yeah, right. Don't go totally O-block.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, so it's been well, and I just thank you, man, and thank y'all for allowing me to come. Pause.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
It's all kind of texture
Yeah.
in this shoe, bro, for real.
Yeah,
All day
essentially,
long.
you can't.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we're gonna have to zoom in on it after the show to get the texture of it. But that foam back right there,
Yep.
that's dope. It's like that's leather, I'm assuming, right? It's like a cracked leather in the
Yeah,
back.
yes, yeah. We're talking leather, and
that's
this,
what-
yeah.
So how much input did you have on the shoe? This is from start to finish?
90%.
Okay.
90% on the color. Alexander John, like I say once again, him constructing it.
Right.
And him seeing the vision, feeling the vision, like we were totally aligned, and it has to be Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with the angel, the colors of the angel, things like this. Like in
stars,
red,
the joy,
red has always been a fly color.
Right.
It's always been that. So it just made sense. So I'm gonna be honest though, like, because I want to say that Puma has moved on from this silhouette. But so even the general release might be something even fresher.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Might get a
Whatever.
smite.
But still, that's that same thing. But like we work through it. It's
Yeah, man.
going
That's
through
what's
it.
up, man. Shit.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
You know,
when you was
I'm gonna run a whole campaign. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
As soon as we
okay.
done.
when you was
Go back in
skating
there.
up and down the
Yeah, I
block,
put-
you
yeah, I
know,
put that.
just saying what's up to people. Who'd have known that would lead to having your own shoe?
All right.
You know what I'm
Pop,
saying?
like that has been the blessing of blessings, and I try. I when you in it, when you moving, and you sit down. Sometimes I sit down because, like, especially when I got my Air Max. You know what I'm saying? So I had Fly Air Max 90 from the original Fly store. I was just like, wow. But I think back of how that came. Like, yeah, we're gonna do a shoe with you. And what's your colorway? What are you thinking or whatever? So that was just trying to get into materials or whatever. If y'all see the picture of that too, the gray was actually supposed to be the elephant skin like the Jordans, but at the time the material wasn't ready. But whatever. Boom. Second shoe, my man Charlie Wally Charles Williams was definitely
Charlie Wiley, that's
just
so Chicago.
Yeah, Charlie Wiley. Charlie
so
Wiley. Charlie Wiley, man, has been from stockroom, from us to at Tony's to being an Eakin to boom boom. Now he's vice president of his own category type thing or whatever like that, right? So at the time he was with the Nike Hoops. And so he was like, yo, we're gonna do a fly shoe, push it out to push that and whatever, and like boom, so that was that. And then the Air Force One was somebody else different because he moved on or whatever, but it got lost.
Yeah.
Where is your comfort level in your creativity in this game now? You're a savvy veteran in the game of design and putting your ideas and concepts out to the world. Do you ever get comfortable to the point where it's like, I got it. I ain't gonna worry about what I put out?
No, like I like what I like. I've changed up things in the brand just because Dave is different from the brand at 21 to me at 42. You know what I'm saying? In it, like the creativity of like y'all still haven't really seen the Dave Jeff design of Fly. I've been comfortable in our fresh leisure wear.
Okay.
But
Now we talking.
but I've
Haven't gotten into
but
like
I've,
the concept.
Yeah, but I've
pieces yet.
done like I'm not the suit guy. You know what I'm saying?
Me either.
Right.
I've had like conversation. I had a conversation. And was picking Don's brain on licensing or whatever. You know, since he works with Mitchell Ness, how he does or whatever. Like I'm doing like these dope button ups. But with the teams, like, damn, I'm saying it on here.
Yeah.
But like, but you know what I'm saying? But so
Allegedly.
So I just say allegedly. So I just say like, you haven't seen
The full rollout.
of Fly because I'm Fly and I've this like
Various ways.
I rock crew necks all day, hoodies. This is me all day. I'm in meetings like this or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
Yeah, we see the twist now. It was raised a little while ago.
Yeah, it was
you know what I'm
raised.
saying?
But I think that's how you show up
Yeah,
as the best
facts.
version of yourself, right? If you step
Right.
outside of that, maybe you are a
Right.
little hesitant to.
Says the guy that wears Jordans, all Jordans.
all Jordans, all
Yeah,
the
you know
time.
what I'm saying?
Got a contract. Don't worry about it.
Miguel. Look, it's Miguel, Michael Miguel. Boom.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. But yeah, but like it's so many things that I've done that I haven't even taken to the masses. Just like the latest capsule, like with the more spiritual type stuff, whatever, that has its own following, but I haven't been able to touch the world with it, like I would love to, but in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Button ups.
Yeah, I feel like that'll go crazy in France.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Places that are heavy, you know, Christian kind of following, but also not usually feeling like the black or the folks of color are catered to in that space over there.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, it's so much more to do in it. So to answer your question, like, yeah, very, very comfortable in it. But also love the different POVs. I mean, I say this to even people that come and just ask about designing and doing clothes and fashion stuff. Like, everything's been done.
Facts.
Everything's been done.
Say that shit.
It's you simply adding to the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Is it a little bigger? Do I add a little length here?
I
You
change
know,
where I
throw
put
some
the
rims on it? Do I
logo.
throw some rims on it? Right. Do I add a zipper instead of a button? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To make it yours, or like how like there's no drawstrings in a lot of the hoodies.
Yeah.
That little simple, those
I
little
miss
simple
that,
new,
though.
yeah, simple new.
Cold
nuance.
sometimes. Pull up a
Yeah,
tight.
yeah. But that's why the hoodie is usually bigger, and you just
they stay
you just
way
kinda,
more,
like,
right.
you know, you look video game like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, boom. But I'm saying like, yeah, I'm totally comfortable in it, man, and I'm just saying like, just situations line up. You know what I'm saying? To expand on visions and things like that or whatever.
If you need some
It's-
models for it, that's an IG model right there.
No, definitely.
He's an IG model. You know what I'm saying?
He said it like we hiring you out. He said it like, he's like, yeah, so you know, we
so
take.
so not to cut it, but very comfortable in the design.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask your thoughts on this guy. What is his name? Devlin Carter.
Who?
Devlin Carter. He's basically took a whole Air Force One and flipped it, right? And he's also now in talks with Kyrie to do Kyrie shoes.
Oh, the Asai.
Right. So, yeah.
Aside. So
What's your thoughts on him?
I think it's dope. Like, so, that perfect example. Like, the consumer has gotten so used to
spoiled, entitled.
used to what they've been fed from the big companies, the swoosh and all of that stuff. And it's like the people who took it a little further, like people have always been wearing knockoff shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I'm not that Gucci. If I can't afford that Gucci, I'm just gonna make my own Gucci, or let me put this Gucci material on the shoe, this, that, and the other. He is just the product of taking it that much further and handling his business. You know what I'm saying?
Like actually having the business in order, not just
handling
having
the business,
cool idea.
taking it for like pop. Well, we know motherfuckers don't want to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like people ask me about retail, about fashion, shit like this. If this is what you want to do, you probably need to go work. You probably need to go work in fashion. You probably need to be a stock boy, working for Locker, all these other things or whatever. Retail, so you can see this part of it. But then also learn the other part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the salesperson on the floor definitely has a certain knowledge that's different than the stock person. You know what I'm saying? Because the stock person is looking at color, SKUs, and sizes here. Well, this person is have to be more personal. This is that. Now I'm just saying you have to learn.
And the full back end of actual material, like actual production, like selecting material.
So I bring that back to my man is that he did the work. He did the work. He went over there, did whatever he did, connected with a factory or whatever. So now these designs and these things are totally his own. And then what I mean by handling his business, he was able to capitalize off of getting it to the world. Some people have like, man, I would love to do a shoot.
Right. I'm sure.
And ain't think about how or investigated how or what. Yeah. What I would say is dealing with these manufacturers to do these things, when it starts off, for the people that really do that shit, that like the side and other things like China and other places, whatever, it's always a language barrier. Okay. And so, you know what I'm saying? So I've been with things, and it's taken me a year or so just to really get what I want. You know what I'm saying? Right. Through time, they got this holiday going on. The factory caught COVID and what? Man, like take me and
you can't go visit.
Like, me and Mello went, and it's been a year since
Mello, the basketball player.
No, Mello Rosario, my partner from BWS.
Okay.
Hispanic Mello.
Miguel
for real.
Miguel Mello.
Like we have our own boot, our own version, like of a high top. I just say Wally. That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? That hasn't been done, but we did it our way. Did our own little changes, bigger tongue.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
Strap in the back or whatever. But Pop, we went to Italy.
Had to go get that, right?
We're here.
Must be nice.
We touched out. Not touched out. We sought out the people that did this type of thing, did it well, did it the best, or whatever. Like spent the money, went over there, whatever. My man, he got it good. I'm sure he got his people on speed dial or whatever, because he has a different sampler every other week. This version of the shoe, whatever. and the difference in why you don't see so many people doing their own shoes. Because making your own shoes is way expensive. Yeah. So like, picture this. Free. One more pull up. Can you hold on a second? Reveal. Yeah, one more reveal. So this right here, the sole, this is the most expensive thing. Okay. Right? And so you have this. Molded. And so the mold. And so the mold, if this is a size 11 mold, you have to get a size 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, like this. These molds run up to anywhere between $2,000 to whatever $1,000 just for the molds.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. Like this, once again, you just think this is just leather, PU, or whatever your materials are, these little plastic things, whatever, but this right here is what it is. So if you think that, do the math on that, a 6 to just say a 6 to a 12, 6 to whatever.
12 total sizes.
At $2,000, times 12, that's $24,000 just in molds. Yeah. Just in molds, and that's different from getting some blank t-shirts and screen printing them on or whatever. So that's why I'm saying I applaud my man for
investing in himself.
One, trusting the process, believing in himself, all the cliche things that you can say, in it, because he did it, and it just like how shit lines up or whatever. If Kyrie is about what he's about, now Kyrie can do whatever he want to do. Yeah. He can do whatever he want to do. But I'm saying if he's truly about what he's about, or really think about it. I mean, I'm sure Kyrie. I'm sure you are who you are, and you are true to what you're saying. But I'm saying I don't know if he sat and thunk about it. Like, no, this would be dope to get with this brother, who has his own shoe, and whatever. Then it becomes his own company or means to making an own shoe, and this is quality. All this shit is leather and rubber.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He will probably ask for some equity in the company.
I mean, absolutely, he would have equity in the company. Yeah, for sure. He's the investor. Yeah, like don't even get it twisted.
But Kyrie, at his point, at this level, what a lot of people don't do right now, his platform, his thing like that, whatever, that'll catapult that to a whole nother level.
Check this out.
Another strategy.
And strengthen his values in a lot of ways into what we were talking about earlier about the public opinion.
To your point, did anybody see that Mark Wahlberg series on HBO?
About the burger.
Okay.
He's still alive?
Well, no. So Mark Wahlberg, the burger was one episode.
Okay.
But so he started he to this exact point, basically. His brother wanted to start a restaurant. And he was like, look, I'm investing in companies all the time. He's like, I'm at the point in my career where I'm more interested in investing in companies.
Front door.
What up? So he said, I'm more invested in companies, right? So his brother wants to start it. But to your point, he's like, well, I'm not just gonna slap my name on this business, right? Just because I'm a famous name, right? Instead, what he says is, we're gonna go visit the manufacturer where we're gonna get the product from. So the series on HBO though is about all of the businesses. He has a gym.
Nice.
It's like P something 50. He takes a partner in that. It was a gym he was going to. He liked what was popping. He decided, all right, cool. I'm gonna, how did you get one of these? How many more of these can we get? That guy became a partner on his team, right? He's got a apparel line. And that was the one that he was having the hardest time with.
With the apparel.
The company that he hired, the first samples they sent him, he was like, nah, I don't like the material. I don't like the fit.
We went through that.
Then they sent him another series. I don't like the colors. Rebranded the design.
And so to say that, like the things that I've learned in this whole piece of, so moving forward, that week that we probably stayed there, that week has to be 3.
Right. Yeah, you gotta
just to get that done correctly.
to get through all of those things.
Because like if we're there and you're committed to building this product in it, right? I just take the BWS to boot. It takes 2-3 days to actually make the whole sample. You know what I'm saying? So if it takes 2-3 days to make the whole sample, and I mean, communication is key when handling business. We're coming over there. We would like to get this, and this done or whatever, and we're gonna be there with you hand in hand. Like we didn't do that at first. We just like, yo, this is the meat.
Right. Yo, we here. Where the money at? Yo, we here. Cool. Show me the money though.
It's the colors, like, and my young boy, shout out to, his name is Chaz Jordan. So it's the game has been so crazy. Chaz Pop, I met Chaz in Paris, in a showroom, just kind of going through racks, right? I'm like, damn, this is cold or whatever. He came from out of one way and was just like, hey, you look just like this dude named Dave Jeff. I said, I am Dave Jeff.
Why would I see Dave Jeff in Paris?
Right. I am Dave Jeff. So we connected, and that's what that was. And so Chaz was able to connect me with what he got going over there. So he has a brand. He had this high-end brand called.
I think I saw the photos from this.
The high-end brand was called a Nominant, right? It was out of this. I think the same company that Virgil was with that did the Off-White or whatever like that. So just to give you where that was. But you might not know a Nominant in the States, but over there, he's in every high-end store, streetwear stuff,
he winning.
whatever like that, winning. But now he has another brand called 1989. But I bring up Chaz to the point because Chaz was real nigga activity. You know what I'm saying?
RNA.
I hit him, like, boom, this is what I'm trying to do. And I know over there.
Wait a minute. Wait a
on.
minute.
Walked us through these things or whatever. And then, but once we got to Italy and got to the actual factory, and they're like, yo, we here. So shout out to Chaz for bringing us to it. But Mello and I, we had to do the work.
You had to learn the
you had
next
to,
step.
Go chill in the factory. And we just learned that week that we stayed, next when we go back and get our finished product, one, before they ship it, because you don't want to have them ship the shit and they get here and you be like, damn, like, no, so we're going to go back over there.
Right.
Like, before you do the shit, put a UPS, FedEx, anything on there, open that box. No, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the next thing, but you have to be hands-on, is to the point. I'm sorry about the whole long-winded story. But
This is good information. This is edutainment.
Right. But you have to be hands-on. You have to be hands-on.
You know what's crazy though? We are from a basketball-rich. This is totally left field. Basketball-rich city, man. You know.
over there.
Yeah,
yes,
true.
Basketball-rich city.
Right?
The win for us right there, though. You know what I'm saying? A basketball-rich city, man. So much history, so many greats, man. To have somebody come and put 71 on your city's team, bro.
I was
How does that feel? How the fuck does that feel, man?
Hey, man.
Boston do be having
shit.
some interesting segues.
Right.
I like
It's
that.
interesting.
Good job. Good job.
Any given Sunday, bro.
Shout out to Donovan, man.
Bro,
Anybody can get it any given Sunday.
Bro,
I guess what's the
and then they
fascination
drug
behind
tested
it?
man after he scored 71.
That's
on us.
fucked up, man.
Well, that was
Random
they
as
said
fuck.
that they say NBA players have to get randomly tested all the time. He tweeted like actually it was Robin Lopez tweeted he's like, hey man, I'm gonna stay out of the way on the issue about the drug test. He's
Right.
like, I'm just gonna say that what's his name? What's the kid's name that scored?
Donovan.
He said Donovan Mitchell and Robin
70-point
Lopez
guy.
combined for 72 points.
Right.
But here's the problem, though, because they say, well, the basket shouldn't have counted from the free throw line until he crossed the line. Fine. He still has 68 points on you,
68
motherfuckers.
points.
What are we doing?
What is
What's the
okay?
difference?
Here's my question. Why are people so upset? This is what I'm stuck at.
Oh, go ahead.
Is it just Chicago that's having this kind of reaction? It's got to be, right? It's just people in Chicago that's having a reaction.
It was a
because
good
it's
week
the
of
Bulls.
basketball. Every motherfucker scoring 50 this week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying that shit ain't
once
even
again,
that-
social media is crazy because people blew it up.
Yeah.
Dude,
70's a lot,
Leon Rogers,
Oh
our
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Leon
He
made
went
the
up.
Bulls.
Yep, the goofy ass person of the day. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
talk about
I didn't know that,
my
though.
man. Talk about my man was
Yeah.
playing in the church league.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Change, Leon.
I did not know that, dog.
No,
That shit was too funny.
But look, I'm serious.
That's
So,
why people mad.
The
Shit-
40 and over
shit
league.
like that. Right, shit like that.
I think 71 for real. I think 71 in today's game,
a
that's
lot.
an accomplishment, man.
Right.
40 used to be like big news, bro. If you was hitting 40
less
points,
threes back then.
you had one of the
50
greatest games we ever seen in life.
50, you was like, oh yeah,
You
he
was,
might.
you was,
That's
you was,
why he might.
you
Like that. That's
superhero.
Mike.
Yeah,
That's
you a
Mike shit.
superhero
Double
at
nickel was
50,
tremendous.
Right, that's
so
Mike
I feel
shit.
like
Mike
now
shit.
50 is right there. People score 40, 45 every other day.
What do you do if you're in that game?
You foul him.
And you can't.
You foul him.
Like he's
fouls.
cooking everybody, fam.
Like, that was
fuck it,
nice,
coach,
though.
come get me.
Hey,
I'm
Pop,
not
and
finna be
you
part
like
of
a
this
football
shit.
player, so he moving you. Boom.
Yeah.
But Pop, but so what do you do? So I bring it back. And we all, got uncles, nephews, whatever like this. I'm at my nephew's game the other day over the Christmas.
That was the same day as the football game,
The
too.
Christmas classic shit somewhere in the north suburbs, whatever. My uncle, my nephew goes to Latin. Shout out to Mook, right? Shout
out Mook.
And the guy, like Pop, the guy that was on the other team,
Dominate.
this little nigga just was like, look, and I'm sitting down, I'm on the thing. I'm like,
Somebody
Coach,
stick him.
somebody, please, beat his ass. That's what I'm gonna say. 'Cause you got parents back here, trip him. Pop, this dude was probably like 5'10", skinny. Like I think he was, I think he was like Latin or something like this. He had long like curly
Fabio
hair.
hair.
He had the headband on. Skinny dude had on. He just like three, like not even
Damn,
like
bro.
top of the key three, like side of the key threes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, somebody get this thing. He did it on the left side and the right
He's
side.
doing whatever he
So to answer your thing, like Pop, like any given Sunday.
Yeah,
can
somebody
happen.
can go up.
Somebody's gonna light up,
Especially
and
against
somebody
Bulls.
got to get it.
That's they call it the
Somebody
zone.
gotta get it.
They call
Yeah,
it the
the
zone.
zone.
They say when you in the zone, you can't miss. I mean, some of them shots, if you
talking
see
about 40 points, this high school game, this kid scored
40,
34
yeah,
points.
exactly.
Oh, and
Exactly.
that's crazy.
Exactly.
And what is it? 8 minutes in the quarter right now for
Eight minutes.
That's a lot of.
34
I've
That's a
been
lot of
watching,
buckets, bro.
so I've been
But he
watching
had
high
about
school
5
ball.
threes.
Yeah, that's a lot of buckets.
I've been watching high school ball recently. I've worked with a guy who
Have you?
coaches
Let me
at,
ask you. Have you ever been in the zone?
Nah, not on a.
You petty as hell, though.
Not in a, I'm gonna tell you real
I
talk.
have.
I'm gonna tell you real talk. I've been in the zone one time. It was not in a public league game.
It don't count,
It was a
bro.
street ball game.
Nigga can't stop.
But here's why I remember. Let me tell you why I remember.
He scored 32. He's in a game of 32. Man.
Yeah, no, I did score 32 in the game with 32, but it was against like 12 other dudes.
I thought
and
he was
let me
about to
be
say it was
clear,
against 12-year-olds.
I was less than 5 foot. I must have been about 5'6", maybe 5
so you worked with him.
I was short. So I was about 15-ish, 6
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I was in
Bro,
high
you're
school.
5'7" now.
12 and a half. 12 and a half.
But the killer, let me tell you why I remember so much is because I was out of town. I was in Oakland.
So no
That
one.
make a difference.
And-
You got Chicago on your
And
back.
so I'm not even that. I'm just a
There were no
nobody.
witnesses.
Nobody knows who I am.
You talking about this
So
nigga's from
I'm-
Chicago.
So I'm
You see how he
hooping.
crossed us over.
But you know the moment. You know the moment is when
Seen how you-
somebody. Because when you first get out there, nobody know. They always do the same thing. Oh man, don't stick dude, man. Self D. Let him shoot. That's the first thing they do.
Self-check.
Right? They always, right? So they didn't, I'm hitting little layups or
play with
whatnot.
your glasses on?
Fancy. No, I ain't had glasses back then.
Okay, all right.
I ain't doing nothing fancy, right? I'm just hitting little basic, little mid-range joints, right? So then it must have been about halfway through the game. Somebody like, you know, you got to call out your score after you score.
Right.
I say, I got a dub. And somebody was like, man, who the hell let this man score 20 points?
20 points, right.
Somebody said, lock dude down. So I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. I'm thinking they about to step up the game. I'm still hitting a couple of bingies. And I ain't gonna lie, a couple of them, I'm just trying to get up out the way at this point. Because now you double teams, you got the person shifting over. So I'm just like, man, we just getting it up.
Fuck all that,
so
man.
when that boy just kept dropping, I was like, yeah, boy, I'm that guy out here. I definitely didn't play no game after that, though. I definitely walked off the court after that.
You got to walk off after that one. You got to
take it easy, Joe. I'm gonna get up out of here and go get my Lamborghini.
I was in the biddy league.
No.
At Olive Harvey.
Okay.
Biddy league.
Bitty
basketball. Yeah, that don't count. But go ahead, get your shit off.
Bitty league. No, it wasn't just little kids. You got older little kids.
Sound like little bitty basketball.
You got older little kids. So I'm saying I was on the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? The Celtics.
First mistake.
And so, boom, right. That was just our team. I'm just saying I wasn't a Celtic. But, you know, was there. And so I hit multiple threes, and the coach was like, silk. And so for that season, at least for a couple more games, that was my nickname. Silk.
Hey, on the next shoe, I need you to have a silk patch.
I'm just saying.
I need you
Bro, when I see y'all three,
league on the
I see Bledsoe up above the rim.
Yeah, that was
I see
8
Leon
years ago.
and I see Cadillac from Air One. That's you three motherfuckers.
Oh, us, right.
Wait, I had a question. We skipped when we were talking about holidays, man, because we definitely talked
Hot
about
wings.
the New Year.
Holiday.
My birthday passed, you know what I'm saying?
So might be hungry and shit.
Your birthday's coming up.
Yep.
But we also, know the other holiday. I know you Christian brother. You all celebrate Christmas at the house.
Yeah, family day.
So I noticed something on social media this year that I'd never seen before. Everybody plays these games.
Okay.
No, it's like these weird games. So it's like, y'all ain't seen this shit?
No.
Well, y'all tweaking, man. Stop. So there's like two people. I'm talking Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys on their feed, right?
Okay.
So what they did was they put a bunch of flat $100 bills on the table.
Okay. Oh,
and they give you a blindfold.
Yeah.
And they give you a plate.
With the spatula.
You get a spatula and you got to try and scoop up as many on the plate, right?
I saw that.
So it's shit like that.
They
Then I
must have
seen
been broke before.
Then some
Hey,
people. They was this other super weird one where they tied a string with like what basically looked like shit on it, and it was like a toilet paper roll, and you had to like squat so you could get the little thing to go right in the toilet paper roll.
What are your algorithms like, bro? Your phone, bro?
That's too much.
So I see that. Now I'm used to like seeing what's the normal thing you see on the holidays?
Family pictures.
The pajama shit,
Ass and
right?
titties.
Oh, pajamas.
Christmas.
All pajamas. That's
No.
the pajama move,
I
right?
don't want to see it on Christmas. My bad.
I tell you, do y'all do pajamas on Christmas, man? You do matching pajamas with the family? You don't?
He just make beats on
Do
Christmas.
you've done, I've seen your matching pajama pictures like last year.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, you did. You the wife. Y'all definitely had the red and black flannel joints.
Then we did. I had the
Yeah,
red and black
definitely
flannel.
was
'Cause This year I had on the Grinch.
Hey, ask me,
the Grinch
dog.
fleece.
Fuck no, I ain't got no family.
You never? Okay.
I'm a loner, dog.
I had on Grinch
Keith,
fleece.
you matching pajamas on holidays? That's not your vibe. Not your vibe. I mean, I don't celebrate Christmas, so I definitely ain't doing matching pajamas. Man.
What you had?
Well, it's interesting. I'm glad you guys bring it up. All right. So yes, all right. Did the matching pajama thing, man. It was all good. But that was cute, Kende. So
It was not cute.
Let's do this, man. So there's a viral
Trash.
little picture going around.
Basura. Streets of sanitation.
Of myself, right? So I posted a picture of the family. It was the wife, the mother-in-law, the kids, and a friend of the family.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah.
I seen that. I got that.
So
fucking minute. Funny thing about that
It was Miguel.
So here's the thing, right? We've had this we've had this discussion about blended families.
Damn, look. No smoke, y'all. Look. Miguel had the picture. Miguel and his family.
Why
in
do
the
you have
matching
this picture,
dignity.
man? Like, that's funny as shit to me.
Because it was viral.
It was, right?
Who my man with the
Good question.
Okay.
All right.
No, I'm saying with the Russian hat on.
Oh, that's the son. That's my
Okay, that's your son. Okay, boom,
right?
boom.
Stepson.
Grown, he got a beard and everything.
Yeah.
He the oldest looking 15-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That's the version I got right here, though.
Whoa, what's that?
How I should have looked.
That's a Bossy's edit. That's a Bossy's.
Pop, you got X's on the dogs? What the
No,
dogs
no,
do?
he did that.
Oh, what
He
the
did that.
dogs do? What the dogs
Fuck them
do?
little dogs,
All
man.
right, so here's the conversation, Dave. Let's go ahead and
Okay, go ahead.
let's go ahead and get into it.
I'm
Right?
sorry.
I just fixed the picture for him. That's all I did was fix it for him.
I have a blended family.
Don't be sorry. He
right?
does all this smoke.
And the
What,
gentleman.
some ligament shit going on?
No, blended.
Blended.
Right?
Okay.
Here's the story.
Sucker.
My
Fuck we talking about here.
Damn.
my wife's father died. Okay.
Condolences.
Don't pull for the heartstrings, bro.
That's
Come
what
on
it is,
now.
right?
That's lame.
So her mom, had been going through it, as well as my wife, and she said, "Okay, I want to be with y'all for Christmas," right?
Mm-hmm.
So, stepson, his dad, we're cool, right? He comes over for Christmas.
Wait, Pop.
Yeah, there you go.
Your stepson.
Uh-huh.
That's his dad.
Yes. Yes. So,
Wait. So it's you.
He don't belong there. I'm sorry.
That's you, your beautiful wife,
yes,
He does not belong
your
there.
mother-in-law,
my daughter,
your daughter,
yes,
Which is her
your
biological
stepson.
yes, and his father.
His father.
So, Pop, according to real Negro math, it's a woman missing in the picture, right?
Get your shit off, man.
He should come with a woman to the family picture.
The tree is that would have been that would have been kind
That
of
would've been
crazy.
ill, yeah.
If it would have been his lady, his current lady.
Yeah, that
where
would've
would
been
she
ill.
go in the picture?
I would accept
Where
that,
would she
though.
go in the picture?
Don't come by yourself looking at my motherfucking wife, fam.
Fam.
Don't. I'm going to smack you.
Wait, finish. I want you gotta finish the context.
You getting hands and feet today, buddy. Hands and feet.
So,
Fam.
I
Good
want
hands and good feet.
I want to be clear. When I say this, right? It took 13, 14 years for us to even get here.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Just jump off the cliff,
Maturity.
though, huh?
Maturity, right?
Maturity.
Don't do that.
Grown ass man. That's a grown ass man.
At the
right
end of the
there.
day, man, he actually a cool dude, right? I ain't got no problem with him, right? It was a unity statement.
Explain the pajamas now, though.
Dave, we've been cool a long time, bro.
You see what
I'm
I'm saying?
fairly sure under no circumstances are we gonna be cool enough to wear matches.
It's not about the pajamas.
That's a
man.
negative. That would
It's
be
not
a
about the
negative.
pajamas,
No, this
man.
is definitely about the
Absolutely about the pajamas.
That's a
What you
negative.
talking about? It's not about the pajamas.
And the pajamas
What I'm
are from a
talking about is the
black-owned
pajamas.
company, okay?
Oh,
Just-
you don't throw that
You
shit
don't
out.
get to do that, bro.
Wait.
Don't do that bullshit,
Let me
man.
see that. Let me see the
Do
pajamas.
you understand the trauma you put your friends through?
Let me see the pajamas.
What the fuck you did to us, bro?
week?
Black Joy
It's terrible.
every season.
Yeah.
What's the name
That's
of the black
touching.
pajama
What's the
company?
company? What's the
I
company?
forgot it.
Yeah, because that
It's in
shit
the
don't
text.
matter
It's
at
in
all.
the
Black folks pajamas.
Yeah, there you go.
.com.
We'll go with
Okay.
that. We'll go with that. So,
Is my man black?
Hispanic. That's my brother Oscar. That's brother
Brother
Oscar.
Oscar. Shout out to Oscar. What up, Oscar?
Brother
Oscar,
O.
get the fuck out that picture, Oscar. Tell him I said it.
Oscar's black.
Get your ass
man.
about that picture, bro.
Oscar's
definitely
brown
black.
from the boogie down.
You know what I mean? He's
Right.
super hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And he hoop. You know what I'm saying? So I
His
fuck.
beard looks better than yours.
I don't have one. But
That was the joke.
Now, why
That was the
is
joke. That was the
duck
joke.
lips?
Oh, he did do duck lips.
Always.
So
does
why you
duck
doing
lips.
duck lips?
And he got a V-neck.
Always does duck lips.
No, that's the blue. That's the blue. I thought this was a V-neck pajama top, nigga. Ty, I'm gonna send this to you. Ty, so you can see this, Pop. So you can see this, okay?
So fuck it.
Send this to
Since
Ty.
we're here. Fuck it. Hold on. Wait,
Okay,
no,
hold on.
here's- but here's-
This is so
Here's
much
the best part.
one time.
Whoa. Does the dog have on a
blue
bandana?
Boy.
That goes
bandana
with the
pajama?
That goes with the pajamas?
Wow.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's so
Wow.
wrong.
Ty, the dog has on a bandana that says the same shit as the pajamas?
Yes, man. Yes, man. Listen, they went
Oh,
through.
this
They
is
went
family.
through. They went through extraordinary
What is Mama?
lengths.
See, Mama-
Oh, this is
Mama
so
dog
cute.
don't have
Wait,
that.
wait, wait.
Picture, I'm sorry.
Wait. So
Crossing
wait.
everybody else still.
So wait. Going back to the original point here, right? Like I ain't gonna lie. When knowing the context, I'm gonna give him the progressive pass. Wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him the progressive pass,
Okay,
right?
okay,
Because
okay.
I get that. I ain't gonna lie. I have been on record as saying that
No pajamas,
one
bro.
thing the black community could benefit from is us actually being better at raising our families as a village, despite relationship
Facts.
changes, right?
Pop up.
So I'm gonna give you a
The
big. I'm gonna give you
dog
10
has
points
on
for
the
that.
same bandana. The dog.
I'm gonna give you the 10 points for
K9
that.
has nothing to do with this.
Right.
K9 is an innocent bystander, but has on a bandana. So I hope in post that you actually put the picture of this picture up,
Right.
and
And
point out the bandana on the dog. I'm done over there. I have nothing else to say about it.
I don't know why Dave Jeff has this fucking
But
picture,
wait.
man.
all I'm just saying,
It went viral. It was
This is
viral.
ridiculous.
all I'm just saying, man, is I get a call on Christmas Day I get a call on Christmas Day from Q, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, Yeah, I'm good. I'm with the family. He's like, because I'm really concerned right now. And I'm like, what the fuck happened, right? So he goes, have you seen your boy's Instagram page? And I say no. So then I go see the picture. Wow. so he was like, he sends this.
Oscar, this is your man. Oscar. Y'all like kindred. For real.
Shout out to Q Miller for the step brothers, the step baby daddy brothers.
Shout out to Q Miller.
The baby daddy step brothers.
Wow, y'all gotta see this.
I'm gonna put it on screen. It's cool.
And you do have the duck lips.
Y'all always, every photo. Every photo. That's how he get down.
So here's the thing, right? I think it's very important, like you just said, you know.
Dog had a bandana, don't she? Okay,
it would be nice, right, if when you blend families, that the people that you used to be with can actually be in the same room, actually kick it, whatever. It's you know.
Yeah, Bossy ain't going.
That's fine. Get the shit off, man. That was my reasoning.
Bro.
Next year's gonna be even more crazy.
Look how soft his voice is, bro.
At what point, man? Because I'm trying to come from a place of love with this. Because I hate that whole concept. I'm trying to start from a grounded place of love.
Yes, come on.
That's bullshit. You know, that's complete bullshit. Okay, so did he buy his own set of pajamas? Or did y'all help purchase them for him?
No, he has money. He can buy his own shit.
So y'all took time to send him the idea, hey man, if you come over and hang with us by yourself without a woman with me,
who thought of that?
It was the mom. It was mom. That's what he said, because her dad.
Your mom?
No, his wife's mom.
The wife's mom.
Because her husband.
he has to bring some coochie with him next time.
I'm done with
He
it.
has to bring a lady with him next time.
For sure.
Stop coming to look at my wife and what y'all produce. Y'all produce the baby. Stop coming to look at my wife, bro. I ain't trying to be mad, no asshole, bro.
It's a real thing.
Bring some hips, bring some legs, bring a BBL, bring a bonnet, bring somebody in the big bonnet gang with you next time, bro. Come on. Don't come back. Don't bring no fucking bottle.
The best
Bring
thing.
a
dog.
bandana
Right.
for a fucking dog, man.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, man.
Think
Don't
about
do
it.
that,
He
man.
got lined up. He got hair freshly cut, braided pajamas, come sit next to you and your wife.
Hey man, look, the best part was when wait. Q goes.
He crazy.
Q goes.
Man, right.
I asked him why he did it, and he would say, "I did it for the culture."
The co-parenting culture, man.
I said, "Boy, you ain't Lizzo out here. What is you doing? What is you doing?"
Lizzo.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, philosophically, I give you points, man. But
That was funny.
That was next.
Kid
next
Nate, you are
level.
now
But
you are the super A mic now, okay?
Bossy said,
After that picture.
Bossy said on the last show, I wasn't here. Bossy said, man, you don't know the wave of trauma you sent through the crew when we saw this photo.
Very hurtful.
Because I'm sure your friends and your friends that are all y'all friends, that are all y'all subscribers and people that watch this are like, yo, what is wrong with this dog in this bandana? What is wrong with the dog in the bandana?
All right, man. That's great, man. You know, jokes on me, man. Next
Are you
year's gonna be
saving
crazy.
pajamas or you think going in the garbage?
No, we do a whole.
Oh no, you gotta do this every year from
We do a
now
whole
on.
new run. No, it's
no.
traditional.
You gotta be fully bought in.
It's
This gotta be every
traditional.
year. Yeah, this is every year. If you don't do this 1 year, dog, you cooked.
Look, the thing is, man. Look, I'm in a space
So
where
great American ass Christmas
You know
y'all
what I'm
had. What's wrong with y'all,
I'm not
bro?
mad at nobody,
Take the
man.
90s, bro. Get up out of here.
I'm not mad at nobody, bro. It is
Y'all
what it
stayed in
is.
line for the great American Eagle and matching PJs.
With the dog. I don't even think you can take the dog on the thing, man.
I wasn't fortunate
that dog
enough
was obviously
to
there.
keep my own family.
Hey, did y'all have
together.
gym shoes
This
on or
is
like
what it
slippers
is.
or booties? What y'all have on?
I had on
Right.
Jordans. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, huh?
Of course he
I had
had.
on
On your
Jordans.
feet, bro.
I had on Jordans.
What buddy have on?
I don't know.
It's your house.
Oscar.
No, I think all
Look,
bullshit
Oscar.
He
aside.
want to walk around with his fucking
Is this
shoes
your
on.
king?
As far as
It's not. Not doing that, it ain't.
Yes.
but think of how his son feels about that, and think of how
So I asked him that question.
presents
I
for his
said,
son.
"Do you think it's cool that me and your dad, good now?" He's like, "Man, I've been waiting on that. Like, it's super cool."
No, that's a
That don't
Okay,
mean
bro.
dress alike though.
I don't know if this was in the
No, go ahead. No,
or
we
the
get
thing,
there. We get there.
But people was giving flack to
D.
Derek
Rose.
D. Rose.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of
Because he
flag
had
though.
both his baby mamas dressed up in the same
That's
thing.
some Chi-Town flavor flag though.
That was a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
It was.
It's so much easier to accept.
Loose-
It's so much easier
right.
for men to accept that of two baby mamas than anybody's going to accept
baby
of
daddies.
two baby daddies. That's just not. This is not, bro. This is not.
So your point. So should D's baby mamas have brought a nigga with them?
Not to D Rose.
if he's still knocking both of them down, then no.
He married. I mean,
Right.
right.
If he's still knocking both of them down, do it better.
I didn't say that.
I said it.
I didn't say
I
that.
said it. It's a different
I
tone
didn't
to
say
it.
that.
Bossy
Dave didn't say
Tahir
that.
Thompson said it.
I didn't say that.
All right, well, again, it's going to get
But they
turned
didn't
up.
have a dog with the bandana. That was good.
Did not.
All right, man, so, thanks,
Can we
guys,
match
man.
next year for Christmas on our
I
Christmas
appreciate the
episode?
heat. Okay.
Yeah. It's never gonna stop.
I know the type of friends I have, right? I know the type of smoke I'm gonna get. At the end of the day, man,
got the smoke.
I mean, honestly, you dodged the smoke. You
She
dodged
did.
the smoke because I wasn't
He
in
was out of town.
And so enough time has passed where the jokes have been through the crew. We've already run off most of them,
Yeah.
and the steam
Hey, Pop,
is
I'm
out
going
of
to do
it.
overtime at headquarters, right? I walk in, I see another one of our guys, supervisor now. I walk in, we say hi to each other. He said, fuck all that dumb shit. Let's talk about the real
We ain't
shit.
talking about no work.
He goes right to his phone and
breaks
puts
the
a picture.
Whole District 15,
And what he
no,
say? And what
whole
he say?
District
First
15
of all,
police department got the
wait till
picture
we
now.
The beat commander was like, what the fuck is up with that dog? Why does the dog have an bandana? Everything else I'm cool with, actually, because I get it. Because I'm the family, and then I have mothers of my children. You know what I'm saying? That are not my wife. So we ain't that cool, I guess.
Hey, did y'all exchange
Do that.
gifts? Did you and him exchange gifts?
But
He bought me a bottle.
dog,
He bought you a bike?
I quit.
He bought me a bottle.
If you said a bike, I was
said a
leaving.
bike.
I was leaving the show.
Yeah, man, I gave him a bottle, man.
Yeah, okay.
It's cool, man.
Did
Hey,
y'all
man.
like matching bottles? Like y'all
No,
exchange
I
matching bottles?
I will ask this though, and this is directly that's Larry.
Okay. I quit.
Bottles got matching sleeves on them.
Sleeves on.
Look at the friends I have.
Matching
But,
bandanas. Matching bandanas.
But his response about doing it for the culture, put that to the side.
Last one.
Okay. I'm a good guy, man.
They exchanged doggy biscuits.
Doggy biscuits.
For the dog. I'm gonna leave the dog alone.
And this wraps
my
up the
chest hurt, man.
session on a mind.
Yeah, his answer, his attempted answer at doing it for the culture.
Right.
We had this conversation yesterday with Swain. It was kind of interesting conversation. And because you are in what I think people would consider the fabric of the Chicago culture, the question,
Who, myself?
Yeah,
Okay.
the question arose, what is that? What does that mean? When somebody says, oh, they are doing this for the culture, what does that actually mean?
What is the culture? What is the culture?
I mean, as we know, it's so many cultures. But the culture, I think of this thing of this music, fashion, in
Influence.
influence, like food,
Trend
and-
setting.
Foodies.
and language.
But white people don't say, I'm doing it for the culture.
They don't have a
it's-
culture.
It seems specifically catered to the black community in that way. I don't hear my Latin brothers saying, I'm doing this for the culture.
Yeah.
No, they do, 'cause they're
do.
of our
They
culture.
do.
They're of our
They
ilk.
do. I think just pop like,
You
I
just
mean,
trying
when
to
I
say
say
yoke?
when I say for the culture,
what do
I
you
say
mean?
like,
Right.
I haven't had like a 9-to-5 type job since I was probably a teenager.
Must be nice.
You know what I'm saying? I have taken care of myself in and of the culture in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing dumb shit, allegedly.
Okay,
you know
allegedly.
what I'm saying? That got me locked up at a time. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my
Allegedly.
allegedly
Name of the show.
in my thing. But then when I was interning for Relativity, that's the culture. That was a time in the culture that was real. This was Commons the beginning, Fat Joe the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. The culture shit. Working in Tony Sports, working in Foot Lockers and things like that. These things service the culture. You know what I'm saying? Our culture. And so like me doing Fly, me in consulting for this brand or that brand or working with the brands, that's definitely for the culture.
So who gets to decide if it's for the culture?
The culture.
The culture.
Right. So
The people.
So you mentioned a minute ago that so then the culture, I think one thing you just brought up is that the culture shifts based on time period.
It has to.
So
Definitely.
so we're not talking about the same culture
It has to.
that you just mentioned, like the initial common Fat Joe. That's no longer the culture we're doing it for.
But the general culture of hip hop, I've been able to, and been blessed in this culture of hip hop to take care of my family and thrive and excel off the culture, off music, fashion, and those things like that.
Off of, not for. No,
For, no, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In that vein, the culture.
That's interesting. So then to
Right.
me, it sounds like the answer to the question, Bossy, I'd love to hear your perspective on this, but to me, it sounds like the answer to the question is that the culture is what you are adding to the current story and leaving in this time period as we move to the next time period. So that the culture is an ever-breathing thing that is unwritten, unboundaried, that each person is trying to leave their own impact.
This podcast is for the culture. Y'all doing this
So
for the
we've been
culture.
told. The culture has told us
We're talking about topics that are...
Definitely start doing this shit for money, though. Just be real.
Yes,
bro.
So we're talking about topics that are definitely culture related.
Okay.
What do you say, Bossy? What's your word?
It could be a lot of things, man, but I think for the culture is, like you said, adding to it, impacting and influencing the culture, and also doing your best to not embarrass the very people that look like you, your skin folks.
Interesting.
Now, that's
You
a
know what I'm saying?
whole different...
So you can do
that's a whole
things
different
that
show.
you think are for the culture that actually
That's a
make
whole
the
different
culture
show.
up.
Man, it's a conversation to have, man. See how proper I'm talking right now?
That's interesting.
Get your shit on. I'm impressed.
bullshit right now. Fuck y'all. But yeah, it's just adding to, man, making sure your life, your timestamp on your lifeline as a black person does add and does not embarrass, and maybe is looked back on as somebody that influenced us, your friends, made your mom proud, left legacy for your kids in a not even negative legacy, but a positive legacy for your kids for the future, bro. For the cultures, it's a lot of things, but I think there are a few bases you have to cover. I have to think about that though, because I just thought about that right now. Those
Fashion for sure,
Fashion,
right?
yeah.
So you asked about like Chicago, and you say embedded. So like if me talking my shit, a lot of these brands or people doing these clothing brands, whatever like this, were inspired at some point by what I did
you
for
were
the
doing.
culture
Right, for
then,
sure. Right.
and that are doing it now.
Right.
You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely for the culture.
I think there's subcultures within when we use the term
Like Ken Day is
culture,
Milwaukee
right?
and Chicago and Hyde Park and Maywood. There are a lot of different cultures Ken Day's embodying right now. Sitting on the
That's a
show.
good point.
Right.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
But if I'm an attorney from Chicago, am I saying I'm doing this for the culture? Right?
If you're what?
Depending on what
Let's
you're
say I'm
doing.
an attorney.
Depending on what you're doing. But in the attorney law.
Yeah.
Like law. Okay, but in the your attorney culture,
It's different.
yeah, they don't
Well, it depends on what
they
you're
don't even
doing.
talk
I can
like
say
that.
I'm a black man as an attorney working for whatever
Yeah, I
law
was gonna say,
firm,
depending
right?
on what you're doing.
I am of
Working
the
for
culture,
the culture.
working for the culture.
Yeah, but if you're
doing work for the culture,
when you
yes.
take off this tie and you take off of your lawyering or whatever, you go obviously
Take off
put
your
on-
monkey suit.
right? Obviously, go put on your Jordans, put on your jerseys. You watch basketball games. You listen to
Whack-ass rap.
whoever. You eat a certain food or whatever like that. You're of the culture.
I'm gonna take Issa Rae's approach. I'm just gonna start saying straight up. I'm doing this for black people. That's
real shit.
I ain't saying,
Okay.
hey, I'm doing this for black people. Let me just
Okay.
make this painfully straightforward.
Fuck it. Shit though. Fuck it.
Hey, so before we get out of here, man,
Fuck it. Hey, I'm doing this for black people, white people, Asian people,
for sure, they're
all
of the culture.
people with PayPal. I'm doing it for them.
I'm doing this for black people, but all other people can pay for
I
it.
solely believe that no bullshit. I ain't trying to be funny. I solely believe that what we make look cool, what we make sexy, the world follows anyway.
Yeah. What you do
They
for
tend
black
to
people
follow.
benefits
They
the
may
rest of
put
the
their
world.
own spin on it, but
We know this.
yeah.
Well, we're losing the Wicker Park Walgreens. They're closing down for whatever reason
Who gives a shit about that?
because it's Chicago, and that's like a big fucking tourist.
Was that the
attraction.
original one or
The
something?
one on Milwaukee?
Yeah, the one in Milwaukee shut it down.
Oh, the one that's on that full
On the
corner.
It used to be
Yeah.
a big bank.
It used to be a bank.
Yeah, downstairs.
They put the makeup because women steal so much. They put the makeup in the vault downstairs.
No, and the young lady was murdered in it, right?
What?
No, she was down closer to the one on Division, going down Milwaukee.
Oh, I always thought it was that. Okay, yeah.
But wait, is that what you're saying? People visit that because it's the first Walgreens?
No, it was like
a landmark.
it's a landmark.
Interesting.
For the
People
I
go
never
in there
gave
and
a
do all
shit
kind
about that
of
Walgreens.
TikToks, all kinds of crazy shit.
I lived over. I mean, I was over there every
It is-
week,
Let me tell you
3-4
something.
times a
I want
week.
to go get a Red Bull.
Let me tell you what
Let me go
crackheads
to
did to the
this
Walgreens, though.
Walgreens.
They had the nerve to have the alcohol. They had two doors. They had the nerve to have the alcohol by the back door.
Yeah.
Well, they stole everything out that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Everything. Unreal.
Hold on, is that Vice?
Front
Hold
door.
on, man.
Front door.
What's going on,
Right.
man? This is Chicago, man.
What up,
Okay?
Pop?
Yeah, you
How
of
you,
the
how you?
you're of the culture.
Right.
You're the culture.
Right.
Side note.
Matching
promo for the
pajamas
show.
Nah,
You say what?
Promo for the show.
Oh yeah, once again, man. Thursday, January 12th.
right.
It is going down. You guys have asked for a live show. We collaborated with Tequila Tales.
Shout out Isaac Paul, Casey Alana, even though Britnum, Omar, that whole team.
The year of Jordan 23, man. It's all about collaborations.
We got a lot going on, man.
We're getting to the bag this summer. This year. There's a lot of things lined up. And yeah, go get your
Also,
fucking
we are up
tickets.
for the inaugural Podcast of the Year award from
True
312
story.
That
Awards.
is true. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
If you
yes,
want that
yes.
award to put it on his trophy case, I would like
Bam,
to
bam,
go out,
bam,
vote.
bam,
Shout out Corey from What's the Word.
We are
listed us as one
reaching
of the
out to
top
everybody who
podcasts in
can
the
still
city.
vote.
Yeah, shout out to everybody, man.
Bam, bam,
It's
bam,
actually,
bam.
to your point, I think people have been kind of expressing to us their support for what we've done for the culture through these different
And y'all been
opportunities.
consistent, yo.
That is definitely
Y'all
the
been
name.
consistent. If it has to go back in the record books, like, no, they was consistent. Them motherfuckers was consistent.
29.
If you go back to Dave in the record books, like, man, Dave is the same. He been consistent.
Yeah.
There you go.
The whole time or whatever, and that's definitely what we're doing.
Yeah, we also made the 2022 media makers list.
did.
You know what
Talk
I'm
that
saying?
shit.
Yeah,
Talk that
man.
shit.
You know, so we're leveraging all that for these new sponsorships that we have coming up. So yeah,
that
All right,
it's check.
don't let it flip. We already got the cooking
Yeah.
for the Hyde Park Summerfest going in too. That's already getting sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's 2023 is lined up something crazy.
We got a nice group
I already know.
that accepted our offer.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Congrats.
There you go.
Congrats,
That's all I'm gonna
man.
say.
Salute. I
Now,
saw
remember,
that.
I
I
think
saw
the-
that preliminary list.
Hey,
I saw that preliminary list.
Hey.
we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Episode 129, Master Corner Convo. We out.
Big up.
Yeah. Peace. Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Hey,
So how many dogs you got?
he go with the bullshit.
not a one.
Got nothing with no handkerchief.
I definitely don't have one.
There might be a market for.
I definitely don't have one with a bandana.
I'm just saying, might be a market for dogs.